Chapter 22 Saying and Doing. This chapter is based on Matthew chapter 21, verses 23 to 32. Remembering how John had repeated the prophecies concerning the Messiah, remembering the scene at the baptism of Jesus, the priests and rulers dared not say that John's baptism was from heaven. If they acknowledged John to be a prophet, as they believed him to be, how could they deny his testimony that Jesus of Nazareth was the Son of God? And they could not say that John's baptism was of men because of the people who believed John to be a prophet. So they said, "We cannot tell." Then Christ gave the parable of the father and the two sons. When the father went to the first son, saying, "Go work today in my vineyard," the son promptly answered, "I will not." He refused to obey and gave himself up for wicked ways and associations. But afterward he repented and obeyed the call. The father went to the second son with the same command, "Go work today in my vineyard." This son made reply, "I go, sir," but he went not. In this parable, the father represents God, the vineyard, the church. By the two sons are represented two classes of people. The son who refused to obey the command, saying, "I will not," represented those who were living in open transgression, who made no profession of piety, who openly refused to come under the yoke of restraint and obedience which the law of God imposes. But many of these afterward repented and obeyed the call of God. When the gospel came to them in the message of John the Baptist, "Repent ye, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand," they repented and confessed their sins. Matthew chapter 3, verse 2. In the son who said, "I go, sir," and went not, the character of the Pharisees was revealed. Like this son, the Jewish leaders were impenitent and self-sufficient. The religious life of the Jewish nation had become pretense. When the law was proclaimed on Mount Sinai by the voice of God, all the people pledged themselves to obey. They said, "I go, sir," but they went not. When Christ came in person to set before them the principles of the law, they rejected him. Christ had given the Jewish leaders of his day abundant evidence of his authority and divine power, but although they were convinced, they would not accept the evidence. Christ had shown them that they continued to disbelieve because they had not the Spirit which leads to obedience. He declared to them, "Ye made the commandment of God of none effect by your tradition. In vain they do worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men." Matthew chapter 15, verses 6 and 9.